So first of all, my throat is still messed up. As you can still hear, this past weekend, I did a commentary on WWE Fantasy Sims on Sunday, and I basically went all out and, screaming commentary because it was some of the craziest matches I've ever simulated, and it destroyed my throat. It really did. My throat hurts. It's been raspy since then. I think it's a combination of that and the fact that also spring is here, and so a lot of plants and stuff in the area are blooming. So unfortunately, I'm kind of a little bit under the weather. Yesterday I wasn't feeling good at all, and didn't stream at all. Today, I'm trying to get over it. So that's just part one. I wake up and I'm like, kind of sucks, that I'm not feeling so well. And the game actually comes with 2 codes. One code gives you Alan Wake, The Signal, and The Writer. So basically it's like the entire game of Alan Wake plus the DLCs. The code is good both for Xbox 360 and Xbox One because the game is backwards compatible with Xbox One. And then, because I pre-ordered the game, I got an additional code for Alan Wake's American Nightmare, which was the standalone expansion to Alan Wake that came out like 2 years later after the game. So I'm going to be giving out some stuff on today's stream. I will be giving out codes for this stuff. So 2 people actually, we'll have 2 lucky winners. One person's obviously going to win Alan Wake and all the DLCs, and another person is going to win American Nightmare. So I'm just forewarning everyone, get ready, because people are usually, like, ready to go. So there's going to be people, I swear to you, there will be people during this entire stream who are going to be sitting on their Xbox fucking dashboards, waiting for the code so they can type it in as soon as I announce it later, so that they can get it. That's how cutthroat competition usually is when I give stuff away. So I come home, I got these codes and everything for Quantum Break. I'm like, okay. So then we're talking, it's like maybe 11:15, okay? So I'm like, alright, stream's gonna start around noonish, so let me get going here. I go to turn on my Xbox One, and yet again, my controller won't sync with the console. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my console that's screwed up. I don't know if it's my controller that's screwed up. But my controller, ever since I bought my Xbox One, will not, like, constantly sync with the console. I've never had this problem, like, Xbox 360... PlayStation 3, even PlayStation 2, when I had wireless controllers for that, and never on my PS4. I never have this problem. It's only with the Xbox One that my controller will not sync. So what do I have to do? I had to turn on the console manually. I had to get my little USB cable, which is super short, that came with the controller, and I have to crawl on my hands and knees down to the fucking console, plug it into the side of the console, so now the controller works because it's plugged in. Now I gotta turn it off and turn it on. Then I gotta turn it off and turn it on. Then I gotta unplug it. Oh, didn't sync. Turn it off and turn it on. And turn it off and turn it on, and turn it off, and turn it on! It's fucking bullshit. It really is. It's so annoying. I don't know what is wrong with this fucking console. I'm not even exaggerating, because I wish I were. 10 fucking minutes of this. I was just sitting there wasting my time. The controller finally fucking synced. And by the way, the wireless sync doesn't even work. If I tell the controller to sync with the console, and the console's searching, and I press the button on the controller, they don't sync ever. It never works. It never worked since day one. I always had to plug the controller in. Finally, it syncs. Okay, great. Now I can actually move on my fucking console, right? I can actually move around the dashboards and get shit done. Alright. So then, I put in the game, alright? And the game's not even installing. The game is, I put the disc in, it didn't even start to install. I'm like, that's weird. Usually games will just auto-install. So I had to go into like a menu and click on it. It starts installing, okay? Now I had heard that this game has a ton of live-action cutscenes. Basically, the game almost has like a television show integrated into it. And they had real actors who were involved who filmed multiple scenes. And depending on what you do in the game and what choices you make, you could actually change the scenes that you see in the game, which is pretty cool. So, that's all well and good. It's pretty unique, a unique premise. I've never seen an integration of like real actors in a television show in a game before. But, unfortunately, on pre-release, I guess a lot of people who were playing this game were having issues with these scenes. That whenever the scenes would come up, they would buffer, or they wouldn't load properly. So I guess if you didn't have great internet, you could, these scenes were not working properly. So I said, well, while this is installing, maybe I'll get this other pack. There's an optional pack for Quantum Break. It's actually called the Episodes Pack, where you can download all of those live-action cutscenes ahead of time. So that way, when you get to that point in the game, it'll just play it off of your hard drive, and there's no buffering and no loading or anything over the internet. Okay? That's good. That sounds good, right? So I go to do it, and it says, oh, these cutscenes are 75 gigabytes. Holy fuck. 75 gigabytes. That's pretty insane. That's absolutely insane. Because I only have 150 gigs empty on my Xbox One. So I'll queue it up, whatever. So I do. So right now, it's like maybe 11:40, okay, after doing all this bullshit with the controller or whatever. I'm like, perfect time, install the game, we'll get started on time. Shouldn't take any extra time. It fucking took, I'm not even kidding you, an hour to install just the game. Never before ever have I bought a game that took an hour, even on PC. On fucking PC, when games have to be installed, right? I've never bought a game, and I've played MMOs, I've played super high resolution, I played The Witcher 2 on PC. That didn't take a fucking hour to install. So I don't know what happened here. I've never played a game that this has happened. But yeah, it took so fucking long to install on my Xbox One. And the stream was supposed to start at noon, and here we are, it's after 1 p.m. now, because it took so long to install. And I want to apologize to all of you, because obviously I didn't intend for that to happen. I'm just going by law of averages here. 99.99999% of games I've ever played didn't take an hour to install. For some reason, this one did. It doesn't make any sense. Really weird. So, the game's installed now, but I'm just going to warn everyone, I didn't get this episodes pack because it would have taken probably another hour to download 75 more gigs and install it. So, we may have buffering here, unfortunately, when we begin, whenever these scenes are going to play. I do have a very fast download speed. Alright, but I don't know what's going to happen when these scenes, especially keep in mind I'm streaming as well. I'm live streaming while I'm playing. So hopefully we don't have buffering, but hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed, who knows what's going to happen. Today seems to be the Murphy's Law day. Everything that could have went wrong kind of went wrong. So I wouldn't put it past it if we go to do a cutscene and it's stammering along.
I'm going to do gratuitous plugs, but I'm going to make them very quick. Obviously, watch the videos, spread the word. You can follow me on social media, Amazon associate link. There's Patreon. My girlfriend's business, she sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts.